Hi everybody, nice to have you here. Henrik here, Vilnius Permaculture. So I'm here. Actually, I'm in the food forest, but I'm in the forest also because I have to clean up here. Here's 6 trees that have fallen. Why? Well, in the last couple of days we have a really heavy storm here in Vilnius, and it was heavy. It was ice coming down, smashing everything, and me and my wife were sitting in the house, and the house was shaking a little bit, and you hear the noise on the roof. Oh, it's really powerful, and the trees were. And I think, oh, this will be a really tough one to. We will see what's happened with the forest. And now I'm out here. Now it's calmed down, so now I can come out here and start to clean. So we come here, we can start to talk about wind protection. And I haven't considered it so much here before these last couple of days because we don't have so much wind here in Vilnius. It's really nice. It's inland, and I come from Malmö, Sweden, and it's by the coast there, west coast, and there we have more winds. It's always windy there. It's strong. The rain goes this way, not this way. But here is calm. But here is very calm often. But now, after this, okay, the climate change have also come here to Lithuania. So we hear about it everywhere. Storms, tornadoes, heavy rains, and so on. So it will affect us all. So we have to take this in consideration now more than before when we building food systems and when we're building our food forest. My brain was already, when we were looking for land, my brain was already orientated to all these rules in permaculture. So one of the things is to find a place where you have wind protection. So here we have this. So in the north, I have trees. I have trees on both of the sides, and it's only in the south where it's open, and not so there. No wind comes from there. So I have created here what we call a sun pocket, and therefore I'm always complaining a little bit about the heat in the summer because it gets hot here, and this is good for plants and so on. You can have more exotic plants than normally, but many trees, for example all nut trees and so on, they need winds because they are wind pollinated. So you want some kind of breeze going into your forest. You don't want it to be totally still because then things can get too moist and so on, and you get other kind of problems. So you want wind, but you don't want the destructive winds. So this means that you have to check, you have to figure out where winds come from, but actually that's not the problem. You have to find where destructive winds come from, and it's often from somewhere from the north and so on. Cold winds, stormy in autumn and so on. So this you want to protect. This wind you want to protect your food forest from. So best is if you can find land where you already have some kind of wind protection, like I was lucky to find this place and so on. But if you are on an open field, you have to build it. and that is tough. You cannot just build one row of trees or something and think that will work. No, no, no. You need 10 layers or 10 rows of trees in to stop the wind. But actually, stop is the wrong word. You want to slow down the wind. So you want the wind to come into your forest and then reduce the speed. There is a lot of benefits from that also, because the wind take with it a lot of nutrition and good stuff, and it will come into the forest and land. So therefore, many trees in the outer layer of the forest is much stronger and grow much better, even though it takes the wind, because there's so much more nutrition there. So this is a thing. But you see, building a wind protection with 10 rows of trees, that's heavy. So if you don't have to, yeah, it's good. Now, if you consider, okay, I will build it. Yes, then we come into what trees, what bushes do you want to use? And there is a whole appendix of good trees and bushes that you can use. But if you're already building a food forest, and food forest is for food, you will try to find, trees that gives that little extra, yeah, silver bushes and so on, who gives berry and so on. And maybe, like we talk about, maybe these windshields should be for nature. So you want to fill it with thorns and berries and so on, so the birds are happy. So you have your hunters there, your workers, have a very nice thick hedge for them that they can be protected in and live and build their nests and so on. And this is a good thing. So it can be a good thing to build uh, this wind shield. But like I said, gigantic job. So try to find a place where there's not so strong winds. But again, we come into the situation in the world now that is, I think, changing very fast. Like I said, this is first time in 4 years I see this wind, these heavy winds here. So, okay, something happens here. 9 days ago, I was swimming in my pond and it was 29-degree warm. Now it's 2-degree warm in 9 days. Things is weird, even for me, even for me, and probably for you too. And we see it on TV, we hear it on radio, news, and so on. Tornadoes and droughts, and great water flush all over coming, destroying things. So we have to prepare. So windshield is one of them, and it can be more important than we think. So I'm very, very glad that I was thinking about this already before I started to build the food forest, that I chose a place that already have it, because right now you see I have all these trees falling down here. It's huge, a lot of jobs, and it's sad, but it's not my food forest. It's the other. It's actually old aspen. It's old trees. They have done their job for a long time. They will fall down sooner or later anyway. But this time they helped me. They took the wind so that my nice tree, these trees I really, really want, survived. And this is how we have to think about now for the future. So, wind protection, we have to think about. There are other places on my land here where I will continue to build these kind of hedges, wind hedges, but not only for the wind, also for like I said, for the wildlife, for birds and so on, and also from the neighbors, because they are spraying their fields out there, and yeah, I don't want it into these fields where I have all my food production. They can be out there, they can get stuck in this hedge. So something to think about when you're building your food forest. Now I have to, oh my god, so much job working in this forest. Yep. Have a nice day.